Welcome to Session 2 of GED Geometry Review. This lesson is about units, the labels that tell you what kind of answer a question expects. A number by itself is often incomplete. Length uses plane units. Area uses square units. Volume uses cubic units. Angles use degrees. The unit is not decoration. It is evidence that your answer matches the measurement. Today, we will build a clear system for choosing the correct unit before calculating. There are 4 main unit types in GED geometry. Plane units such as feet or centimeters describe length and distance. Square units describe area and surface area. Cubic units describe volume and capacity. Degrees describe angles. Here is the pattern. 1 direction means plane units. 2 directions make square units. 3 directions make cubic units. Rotation or angle opening uses degrees. If you identify the measurement first, the unit usually becomes automatic. Plane units measure distance along one direction. Use them for length, width, height, perimeter, circumference, and diagonals. If a question asks how far around a rectangle, the answer is a perimeter in feet, meters, or another plane unit. If it asks for the distance around a circle, that is circumference, also in plane units. Watch for clue words such as around, distance, length, perimeter, circumference, diagonal, and how far. No exponent is added to the unit. Square units measure a flat surface. Area covers the inside of a 2-dimensional shape. Surface area covers the faces on the outside of a 3-dimensional solid. Both use square units because each piece of surface has 2 dimensions, length and width. You may see square feet, square meters, or square centimeters. Watch for the words area, surface, cover, tile, paint, carpet, and floor. The small superscript 2 is part of the answer. Cubic units measure 3-dimensional space. Volume tells how much space is inside a solid. Capacity tells how much a container can hold. Both use cubic units because the space extends in 3 directions: length, width, and height. Picture filling a box with unit cubes. Watch for volume, capacity, holds, fills, contains, and water. If you report square units for a volume problem, you measured the outside surface instead of the space inside. Angles are measured in degrees. A right angle is 90 degrees. A straight angle is 180 degrees. A full turn is 360 degrees. The angles inside a triangle total 180 degrees. The angles inside a quadrilateral total 360 degrees. If the unknown is an angle, your final answer must include the degree symbol. Look for angle, turn, rotation, arc, and degree measure. Here is the complete reference. Plane units go with length, perimeter, circumference, and diagonals. Square units go with area and surface area. Cubic units go with volume and capacity. Degrees go with angles. Slope is the special case. Slope is rise divided by run. When both measurements use the same length unit, the units cancel, leaving a unitless ratio. Read each row from measurement to unit type to example. The unit label is not optional. Suppose the area is 36. Writing only 36 does not say what was measured. Writing 36 feet is also wrong because feet are plane units. The complete answer is 36 square feet. A correct number with the wrong unit is still a wrong answer. Build this habit. Predict the unit first, calculate second, and label the final answer. The unit should agree with both the question and the formula. Let us apply the system. A fish tank is 3 feet long, 2 feet wide, and 1.5 feet tall. How much water does it hold? First, identify the measurement. The word holds means capacity, which means volume. Second, predict the unit. Volume uses cubic feet. Third, calculate. Volume equals length times width times height. 3 times 2 times 1.5 equals 9. The final answer is 9 cubic feet. 9 square feet would describe a surface. The number 9 without a unit would be incomplete. Practice round 1. Decide the unit before each answer appears. First, distance around a garden. Around means perimeter, so use plain units. Second, area of a wall to be painted. Paint covers a flat surface, so use square units. Third, volume of water in a tank. Volume fills three-dimensional space, so use cubic units. Notice that the object does not choose the unit. The requested measurement chooses the unit. Practice round 2. First, the measure of a triangle angle. Angles always use degrees. Second, the surface area of a cube. The word cube may suggest volume, but surface area covers flat faces. Use square units. Third, the circumference of a circle. Circumference is the distance around the circle, so use plain units. Listen for the complete phrase, not just one familiar shape word. Final practice round. A rectangle diagonal is a line segment, so its length uses plain units. The capacity of a box is volume, so it uses cubic units. Floor tile covers a surface, so it uses square units. Now the exception. Slope. Slope is rise divided by run. If both use feet, feet divided by feet cancel. The answer is a unitless ratio. Use the same decision every time. What is being measured? How many dimensions does it use? Then choose plane, square, cubic, degrees, or the unitless slope exception. Session 2 is complete. Use this 4-step system. Read the clue. Choose the unit type. Select the matching formula. Then label the answer. Plane units go with length and distance. Square units go with flat surfaces. Cubic units go with filled space. Degrees go with angles. Slope is unitless when matching units cancel. Predicting the unit before calculating will catch many GED mistakes. In Session 3, we will use square units to find the area of rectangles and squares. The narration in this video was generated with OpenAI text-to-speech using the Marin voice.